So 25 years, time has flown, I can't believe it. And speaking of time flying, in 1982, I understand that this organization was called the Babson Gay and Lesbian Alliance. 1982 it was founded by then seniors Dave Childers and Dirk Peterson, who graduated in 83. And one of the things I understand that they pressured or encouraged the college to do at that time, again, 1980s, was to add sexual orientation to the college's non-discrimination policy. And they did, because when I got the glossy marketing brochure for admissions in 1992, now it's online, of course, but back in the book, that you would get in the mail, I remember seeing at the bottom of the footnote that Babson doesn't discriminate based on race, etc., all those things, and sexual orientation. I remember that in 92. So, also remember getting a dot matrix printout, from 94 to 98 when I was here, of the student organizations on campus, and it met at the health center. So, I think he's a doctor, Ian Long was the sponsor of this organization, like the faculty and administrative, advisor of this organization. So it existed back then, but I wasn't out. I wasn't, so. But I knew that even in the 90s, apparently in 1983, a long time, Babson College has stood for diversity and equity for all people, including, and for clarity, Gen Z people, millennial people. It was not cool to be gay back then, right? So the Babson stood for that. Fast forward to today, Babson Pride. Well, as I understand it, lunch is on us, which is a monthly opportunity for an alumnus to come and speak to the student body, be interviewed by a student about their career, about maybe being gay or whatever. I'm not sure. I guess whatever the student asks, those kinds of things. A New York City trip, a transgender vigil and rally, drag story hour, and drag bingo. I think a version of this was held last year on campus, and actually, in fact, it was wildly popular. So, and on Fridays, like President Spinelli has, people are encouraged, members are encouraged to wear their Babson Pride shirts. So that's a taste of what Dr. Brian Fuss and I'm sure Ethan and others can speak more about in terms of the programming for this year. But someone among us is still battling internalized homophobia. Someone near to this space is distraught, feeling the weight of decision, how to reconcile a culture, a family, a religion from their upbringing with a new realization of their identity. Someone, somewhere, struggles with being the perfect child, always overachieving, always pleasing, except that they are certain that when their support system back home finds out about their LGBTQ identity, they run the risk of being excommunicated by their family. In turn, they feel a part of them is unworthy or ugly. Someone out there has never identified with the body in which they were born, and with each passing day identifies ever stronger with a different gender, but is terrified about what this will mean to literally everyone who has known them, their upcoming career, and their relationship with their body. Many of us in this room have learned to come out for ourselves, and not for society or for anyone else, in our own way and in our own timing. The reason why we have done so is to live out our true, authentic selves, both to the reflection in the mirror and to the world. Therefore, we have become liberated and free. We are survivors, in fact, thrivers. And as a group, no one achieves like we do. The family of Babson Pride and Babson College is a beacon of hope and a strong pillar of support for everyone, regardless of their background and regardless of their affiliation with the college, students, faculty, administrators, staff, alumni, and allies. Some say that a person's values stay constant throughout their lives, that their values stay constant throughout their lives, but their purpose in life can evolve. As students at Babson, our purpose may have been to achieve the most in the fastest amount of time, kind of like the United States Army's motto, be all that you can be. But should our obituaries state that we achieved reduced cycle time by 51% for widget D? And no offense to the operations faculty. Some of us don't have children. What might be our posterity? At this critical juncture, we have an opportunity to create a virtuous cycle. Remember macroeconomics? But in our case, here for us, students who are more empowered and secure in who they are, faculty who are more holistically delighted here, staff who are even prouder to be part of Babson's mission, alumni who are more engaged, and probably here's where it starts, admission candidates who choose Babson first because we are the most supportive institution for diversity, inclusion, and support for LGBTQ plus people. But my friends, there's a ranking out there for LGBT supportiveness of colleges, and Babson is neither yet number 10 or number 1. Please join me in giving your time and treasure to Babson and allocate your donations to LGBTQ programming. There's a drop-down box online for this, to help directly strengthen this community, your family, for decades and decades to come. Thank you.